What you doing? I'm your Otakutainment, the AC source for this Otakutainment halls. I'm kidding. This one's mostly empty, but I'm going to get to that one in a bit. This one is one that has most of the stuff because woo! Okay, this is a haul that went on an adventure, and I was already excited for it. It is my catch-up haul, I guess, for a lot of manga I haven't gotten in a year. Series I've almost finished, and then had to wait because I wasn't almost finished enough. But I had a little extra money. There was a decent enough amount of manga going on sale. And then there was new things that I don't want to wait for at all, which is the whole reason I started buying stuff. This went from a place that was less than an hour from me to halfway across the country to past me in the opposite direction, and then finally got back to me. Still somehow on the day I originally said, so maybe it just needed to waste time. It doesn't want to be a liar and get here early, does it? But somewhere along on this adventure, there was an accident. I'll get to that accident later. But first, let's start with, there's, of course, light novels, manga, original English light novels. And it's the original English light novel that I'm starting with first. I'm sure there's a lot. 3 actually, but there's one main one, and you should probably guess, and you can probably figure out the pattern to when I have these hauls, and that's because there's a new volume of From Ash. This is the one that just made me blow a bunch of money on others, but I was getting this, and then I saw others were on sale, but this is the main reason I was getting books in the first place, because it was volume 15 of From Ash by Joshua Piedra and Alex Garcia. Whew. Okay. Ash's life as an officially published author is well underway. However, when it comes time to lay down the words for the second volume of Shadowing, the pressure to repeat the quality of the first volume has left her beyond frustrated. Then, life throws a challenge that completely takes her mind away from writing altogether. Meanwhile, Saraya is continuing to cope with working 2 jobs, improving her skills as an illustrator, and trying to find time to read Ash's book. All the while, she meets a new co-worker at the swag shack named Rain. Yes. Whose mere existence could possibly set off a chain of events for multiple people. I was making sure I said the name Rain right and not Ryan. But yeah, always looking forward to more from Ash. Volume 15, and probably getting close to the end of the series, which is a little sad, but this is Volume 15 and still got plenty more to go. Now, along with this, there's more. Not more from Ash. I got everything that's out so far. My regularly scheduled life, also by Joshua Piedra, art by Darkfry77, a different artist, huh? Sebastian desires a life filled with peace and quiet. After a traumatic incident from his childhood, he swore that he would never make another friend again. When transfers to it named Delilah arrives at his school, all of that changes. Despite a strong desire to be left alone, for some reason he can't seem to find the courage to push her away. Now Sebastian must struggle with whether or not he wants to break the promise he made to himself and give friendship another try. This, if I remember correctly, I think this was originally an entry for a writing competition. I think it was for Jane novels. I don't know, one of them. And I was looking, I knew Joshua was writing this. I was looking forward to when it was coming out, assuming it was going to get published, regardless of when or not. And I just missed it. I don't know why. I keep up with social media. I keep up with Discord. I don't know how I missed this ever coming out. I think it's been nearly a year. But I finally remembered. I finally ordered it. I finally have it. And I'm finally going to read it. I don't know what happened. I know my life is busy. I keep it that way purposely, unintentionally. But I'm glad I finally have another one because I was looking forward to it. I just missed it. I don't know how. But now, my shelf is full. And of Joshua, literally, and there's more. This isn't all of them, but it's pretty much all of them. But it's definitely not all of them now. But yeah, more Joshua Piedra. Okay, now, one more original English light novel. I mentioned this one because at the time I got the second volume, I didn't know the third volume came out literally the day after I put in an order or got it on. It's The Magical Girls of a Cat God, Volume 3 by Isaac Crow. Step out of her comfort zone, Edith joins Lily and Josephine on a trip to a fan convention. It's a little overwhelming, but a run-in with a unique kisslapsy gives her the excuse to transform into Rayhama and step into the familiar world of the dead. Meanwhile, Kessie is sent out on her first mission for Set and soon faces the troubling reality of serving the god of chaos. I'm glad I got this one now, because I just felt not bad, but it's like, what's the chances? Well, chances doesn't matter anymore. I got it now. I still have to read the second one, though, because I haven't got around to it. Okay, now, on to just light novels. All from the same series, franchise. Also, these might be the only light novels, English translated light novels I have, but it's Is It Wrong Child Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? Danmachi, for short. You know, the original Solo Leveling, much better. Actually has a story, isn't just OP garbage, but dropped the ball on the anime itself. Poor marketing. Anyways. I have a lot of them. In set 4, Sword or Torio, how do you say it? The one that I have all of them. But not the manga though, only light novels. This is volume 3, I guess the final volume, I didn't realize that, of Astria Record, The War of Good and Evil. The people of Aurora have weathered the darkest nights of their lives. They're not without great sacrifice. The evils are still laying siege to the city and are gathering for one last push. Despite being surrounded and already stretched thin, Finn orders Liu and the rest of Astria Familia into the dungeon to confront a threat of massive proportions while he leads the defense efforts on the surface. As they face cultist monsters and 2 fallen heroes, the odds are stacked against the defenders of the Labyrinth City. But Babel must not fall, no matter the cost. This is the final battle that will decide everything. Woo! I love this series so much. Like, the whole franchise. Okay. Now, 2 more. These I didn't realize were ever coming out. I just saw them. I didn't know what they actually were, for the most part. But it's Modern Myths and Legends, Volume 1 and 2. I somehow missed both of them. First one, the vast metropolis of Aurora sits atop an underground labyrinth known as the Dungeon. It is a city of adventurers, people who put everything online to keep the endless swarms of monsters at bay, to explore the unknown in a place where heroes are made and legends are born. Of course, plenty of stories in Aurora are far less epic in scale, and a surprising number of them revolve around a young boy whose dreams brought him to the doorstep of the Labyrinth City where he met a certain goddess. That tells me nothing about what actually... I mean, it's side stories. I'm assuming... I'm hoping it's other characters, not just more Belle side stories, but who knows. It doesn't have chapter names, but I'm sure it'd be cool. I enjoy the side stories. Like, I really enjoyed, I think it was volume 9. The volume that was mostly cut out of the anime. The light novels are so good. I wish the anime just did it justice. And then volume 2, I'm assuming it's just going to be more. More about eyes. I don't need to read this description. But yeah, I mean, that's who's on the cover. So yeah, that's the light novel portion of this haul. This is a big haul. Buckle up, because whoo-hoo, the rest is manga, and there are a lot. From, I guess, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 series, though, of manga. But a lot of them. This was my remember, this was my catch-up haul. Catch-up. Oh, I don't know why I thought that was funny. Okay. Let's do the ones that have just individual volumes. Sorry, I'm about to go on a rant. I need to just do a whole opinion video for this. But Demon Slayer Kimetsu Academy Volume 6. Alright, this is pretty much just like cutesy. They've been included in my haul before. I really like Demon Slayer. I like the manga. I really like the anime. I think the anime adaptation, story-wise, is one of the best anime adaptations compared to the original source material that's been done. I like the animation, all that stuff. I hate how they're doing their theatrical releases so much. And oh, this is the final volume. Look at that. I'm not going to read the description for all of these, mainly because there's just so many. You know, that'll take forever. But I'm going to rant about this. Not this one specifically. You know, the Kimetsu Academy would be cool. Anime overall. I think there is a little bit. I don't remember. Demon Slayer. I don't like the theatrical releases. They're taking advantage of fans. They are just ruining the potential of stories. The fact that they're trying to make this last two arcs, if you consider it a last arc, they ruin the momentum of it. Trying to make it 3 stories or 3 movies. Yeah, they're long movies, but I try to go. And if you listen to my Icon Anime podcast for September, you probably already heard this little rant, but there's more. There's an update to it. I didn't go. I couldn't bring myself to go watch it. I was going to go with friends, but ended up having plans already. Friends and plans, whatever. I was going to go by myself the next day, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I just can't stand what they're doing. And if you want to go see it, fine. That's cool. Big screen's cool. But I already read the manga. I know what's happening. I don't see a reason to turn this into 3 films. Just a really long season. And I know you're like, oh, well, then you break it up in episodes. That would remember it too. Yeah, I know. You're right. But whatever. I can wait a week. I don't want to get part of a story and then wait another year or so. Like, My Hero Academia shouldn't have been broken up. It should have just been, but that's just how it is. Anyways. But now I'm not worried about it anymore, because I talked to people who went and saw the film, and I'm not worried about all the things I was worried about, because I'm definitely not going to go see it. My suspicions and worries before were confirmed true. I'm glad I'm not seeing it. Everyone's going to hype the fuck out of it. If you enjoy it, cool. I don't understand what the second film's going to be, from what I've heard. Anyways, rant over, otherwise I'll keep ranting. Let's move on to a kind of different rant. Deadpool. Samurai. I got the first 2 volumes of course. I don't know. I'm kind of going in rant mode. I also started reading this on the Viz app. I'm kind of upset with Viz in general because of what they consider manga, original manga. They're not manga. But there are sometimes series on the app that I can follow along with. Deadpool Samurai was one of them. I like how they started. The series is kind of like a joke. And then it stopped. I don't know why. I'm not saying that part is Viz's fault. I just don't know why it stopped. But then the physical version of Volume 3 came out. I already have 2. So I felt like I had to get 3, even though it feels like this story's never going to continue. Anyways, more Deadpool stuff. I like it. Either way. Now, Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest 17 and 18. Holy sh! Is the Labyrinth arc going on for there? Okay, but now we are here. Oh, do I need to read these? I'm not going to read them. It's Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest. Fairy Tail is one of my favorite series of all time, except for like digital only. There's 2 digital only series. I have everything Fairy Tail. And I'm enjoying this just as much. Can't wait for the anime again to continue with this. This has a little sticky stuff. The whole thing went on a little adventure, and I'm just finding little imperfections. Of course, sometimes they get bent up. I'm kind of getting used to that, but I'm looking forward to this. Oh, you can see some of my Fairy Tail. That 100 Year Quest. I have the box sets of the original series. You can kind of see all the rest of them along there too, but yeah, I'm going to add this. And then of course another one of my all-time favorite franchises, Splatoon 3 Splatlands Volume 5. After falling asleep on the train in Couple Square, God wakes up and sees drained of all color. Now it's up to him and his friend to unravel the mystery of new one, including the honest looking spiral order what awaits him inside. So yeah, oh, this is side order. Oh, that's cool. Huh. But yeah, it's Splatoon manga. It's silly, it's goofy. I always bring it up every time I get to. If there was another pattern of when I get stuff, it's usually also Splatoon. I get one of them at some point. Now, here is the upsetting part. A long time ago, I just was buying random series. I'll go Books A Million, look around. It's like, oh, okay, I like this. And I'll start a new series. I kept starting new series. Me at the time did not realize eventually I'm going to have to finish these series. And I did not do that. That's why I'm trying to keep up with everything now. One of those series was a Gene. And I was upset at first because it's not the same height as the rest of typical manga. Why do you do this vertical? I'm assuming it's your fault. And then the anime came out. The anime is alright. I actually really like the series. But there's a lot of them, and I was way behind. So I just kept putting it off. Then I saw a lot of them were on sale. And I was like, a lot of them also seemed like they were about to be out of stock. And I already had that trouble with Splatoon, with Sailor Moon, with Crystal, and Magical Girl Apocalypse. I may never finish those series. Oh, and the Cell World right there. So I was like, man, I just finished getting all the Kakashi series, and it's been a while. May as well finish the Gene. They're on sale. This might be the cheapest there'll be for a long time, if they even still last. And I got it. And I'm still happy. I don't regret it. What I do regret is trusting that I'm ever going to be able to finish a series without some kind of stupid hiccup. When I got the rest of the Kakashi series, there was one volume bent up, water damage, all bent up. I couldn't fix it, of course. One happened to the Gene too. The fuck is going on? And it's so weird. I got it in a couple boxes. Only 2 of them had anything on them. It was so confusing. But anyways, I got 10 through 17. Which, now thinking about it, I think I got more in this haul than I already had. 9, no, almost. But yeah, and if you look at the numbers, I'm missing 2 of them in this line. I still have them. That's what I said. This box is for. This is the bad box. There's some kind of shit on this. I don't even want to touch it. But I can touch this one. So, this is 16. 16, it has like, I'm going to have to keep wiping it off. It has like some kind of slick something on it. But the pages itself are fine. And I'm okay with that. Right. This one, I don't want to touch it. It's so slick. I can't get it off. I keep wiping and it just makes my hands feel bad. But as far as like the actual pages, or as actual like being bent and stuff, there's some bentness to it. Nothing that I wouldn't get over. But the slickness and then the yellowing of the pages and the dampness, and it's so close to like I could almost accept it. I don't know what the fuck. You can kind of see it. And it gets worse towards the back. And I don't know. So I'm sending this one back. Ew, I shouldn't have touched it again. It's just upsetting because it says the next it'll be until Wednesday, which is quicker than my Kakashi one. That one took over a month, almost 2 months to get my replacement with that one. But it's so upsetting. I was so excited to finish another series again for my collections, and anyways, but yeah, anyone has any cheap or knows where to get cheap copies of Magical Girl Apocalypse, Splatoon, and Sailor Moon Crystal, I need them. Volume 5 of Magical Girl Apocalypse, Volume 4 of Magical Girl Apocalypse goes for like hundreds of dollars or something. And I was like, I think the cheapest I ever found was a $480. No, that's something crazy. But that's it. That is the big catch-up haul. I have a lot, and I'm gonna have to get a new bookshelf. I can cram stuff behind, but then what's the point? And all this is new, so I'm not gonna put it behind if I just need to pull it out to read it. But I'm so glad I finally did this. It's a shame some of them are not in best condition, but I guess that'd be expected. I have no idea what it is. It wasn't on any of the other ones. That's what's confusing. No, the box isn't damaged at all. I don't know, it's weird, but that's it. I had a lot original English light novels, translated English light novels, a whole bunch of manga, and I'm just finally catching up on stuff. And there's actually even more. Stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this haul. If you want to talk about anything you've seen or anything else you think I should be getting, I don't know. Let's talk about that anywhere in comments, social media, my Discord, email, all that stuff. Links in the description. But thank you anyone who watches. Thank you especially my Ko-fi and Patreon supporters. Julio Vasquez. He also want help support me. Go ahead, get these shoutouts. You get notes of videos I make. This will just be a bunch of pictures of what I just got, and then stories I write. But that is it for this Otakutainment hauls. I've been your Otakutainment, DAC Stories. Until next time, bye.